And now I was just trying to take your souls there, because that is right, I am the man that is all about pure excellence. I am Ricky Goldman. This right here is the Reigning Rock Podcast Story. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe right now. Like and subscribe right out the gate here. Marcus will be joining me soon, hopefully. But let's do indeed kick things off with the first segment, which let's waste no time here. Let's kick off with the first segment, which is, of course, what's cooking at the table? So, what have I been up to? Well, as per usual, I've been going to the gym, getting nice, big and strong, keeping fit. What have I made this week? Well, I did make the Elimination Chamber match card, as I always do for every single pay-per-view. And I also made this right here, so like a Brahma bowl. And I'm going to cover it in like ribbons and stuff. So just something different for this week. So I'm going to hang that on my wall. I think that'll look very cool on my wall. And obviously been watching WWE and going to shows, which I'll get into in a second here. Just got back from a show, just got back through the People's Door. Come here, come to do this. So I'm going to get to what show I've been to shortly here. But yeah, that's really all I've been up to. And then next week, and I'm really more the same. I'll be going to the gym, I'll have my craft class, and I've got more wrestling next week. But let's go headlong into the next segment here, which is all about the movies, all about what I've been watching, all about the cinema, all about what's going down on the red carpet. So let's get to this right here. Which indeed is movie talk. So not watched, not one, not two, not even three, but 4 movies since last week. So what are those 4 movies? I hear you ask. So I did watch the movie I said I was going to watch last week, and that was Dogman. It was okay. I will sit and watch anything, guys. So horror, action, comedy, kids movies. I can really sit and watch anything, I suppose. And yeah, it was okay. The second movie I watched was Bridget Jones's Mad About a Boy. So Bridget Jones's Diary 4. That was okay. The third movie I watched was The Monkey. That was okay for a horror movie. And the fourth and final movie I watched on Netflix was The Machine. That was a good movie that I do certainly recommend. As far as movies I got my eyes on, not really looked this week, but I'm sure there's a few movies out there I do want to watch. I still want to watch The Accountant 2. The first one, great movie with Ben Affleck. So I'm doing my eye on that. I'm just going to double check that Marcus is coming on here. Just double checking. But yeah, the Carrington 2, I do my eyes on, so we'll be watching that at some point. Maybe we'll watch it tomorrow night. So I watch all the movies I have for this week. So yeah, we'll probably get watched out tomorrow night, probably. But let's get to what show I've been to, the latest show I've been to, and we'll get to that after a very quick commercial break. And I actually forgot to put this up. Sorry, guys, I did forget to do this. I'm going to do it right now. And that is this. So I forgot to put it up. Let's get to a commercial break right now. Only 10 seconds, but here you go. Watch, look, view, enjoy this. That is right. Protein Tees, Goldman's won the greatest, best destination for t-shirts. Protein Tees, Goldman's won. That is Protein Tees, Goldman's won. Protein Tees, Goldman's won. As I always say, if you cannot purchase a t-shirt, then at least get it shared. Get the name out there. Spread the name of Goldman's won. So let's get down to what show I've been to, and we'll get down to that with this right here. So wrestling days out with Ricky Goldman. So yes, just been to a show today. Just got through the door. Come on and start today. So we did go to This Is Wrestling in Ormskirk here in the UK. Yeah, it was a good enough show. It was a decent show. My second time going to this company. Journey there, journey back was good enough. I did go get the VIP ticket. So with it you get a poster, a front row seat, raffle tickets, and of course Rafflemania, and a ringside photo. You get that with the VIP tickets. Yeah, the show itself was good enough. You know, a lot of stories being told for the future. Did go to the Weatherspoons in Liverpool train station before and afterwards. Did also go back some a quick coffee this morning, just to get my energy up. Yeah, it was a good enough show. And then of course the next one I will be next Sunday, Bolton Town Wrestling, and then I'm another one at so on March 22nd, and that is Rise Wrestling. It's my first time at Rise Wrestling. So this year will be all about certainly going to different companies if I can, and different places. To go different places around the country, and certainly go to different companies I've never been to before. But yeah, This Is Wrestling, good show, good company. Highly recommend it. I know it's probably in the middle of for some people, but yeah, good show, good company. So Marcus is still not on, as you can see, guys. But let's move swiftly along after ad number 2. So I'm going to play another ad just to await the arrival of Marcus here. Because you guys need to know where to add me, where to follow me, where to do all of that. Very, very important information here. So take a good look at this. That is right. And may follow me do all of that. Get me to, well, just unfortunately, just come below 400 subscribers. So get me now to 400 subscribers. I keep kind of going between 400 and 399, 400 and 399 to get me to 400. And speaking of liking and subscribing, do go ahead and like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to this channel right here. And that, of course, is MARKCUS' channel. That is in the description. But here is also his channel information. There it is right there on the screen. No excuses not to subscribe to MARKCUS and get him to 50 subscribers. He's just one away, get into that big magic number of 50, and then we can focus on 16, 17, 18, 90, 100. Focus on growing that channel, but it's right there. It's in the description. You just saw the video. So like and subscribe to MARKCUS. If food and drink reviews are your thing, if you're a big fan of food and drink reviews, then his channel is certainly for you. If you're a big fan of Philadelphia cheesesteaks, then it's definitely for you. If you're from the Philadelphia area, it's most certainly for you. So like and subscribe to MARKCUS and get him to that magic number of 50 subscribers. But enough stalling here, so let's get into the next segment of this right here. As we hook up, head to the ring, there's titles on the line. There's a win up for grabs because it is... of course, Wrestling Roundup. So we are, of course, start with AEW Dynamite on a Wednesday. So let's quickly run through Dynamite as we await the arrival of MARKCUS. I'm sure he's on his way here soon. My apologies, obviously apologies for his late arrival. But I will go through Dynamite and then ask where he is again. But give me 1 second, guys. So 4, 5, 6 matches on Dynamite this week. So Hangman Adam Page get the 1, get the 2, get the 3 against Aaron Solo. Building momentum heading into Revolution. Okay. Will Ospreay went over and defeated Brian Keith. Again, he's building momentum heading into the pay-per-view. Again, okay. The Outrunners over the Murder Machines. That is Brian Cage and Lance Archer, I believe. Really, in that situation, Murder Machines should be winning. Okay, the Outrunners are going for the tag team titles, so I fully understand that. Undisputed Kingdom beat and defeated Daniel Garcia and FTR. Okay, Daniel Garcia really not having much luck as of late. I don't even think he's got a title match on the pay-per-view. No, he beat Jack Perry for it, and then nothing. Holly Cameron was on the winning side of things against Dion Purrazzo. Again, okay, and Takeshita, Takeshita, Konosuke Takeshita over Orange Cassidy retaining his championship. So here comes here comes the man himself in the second box. Will you give my thoughts on that main event? Again, okay, my thoughts of Dynamite. I will get the man himself's thoughts in a second, but jobber in 2 months. 2 months, guys. AEW done nothing to interest me, nothing to make me go look on YouTube and think, oh, I want to check that out. Anyway, let's bring him in, the man himself, the man that's all about the money, all about the fabulous moolah. He got a price for you, for all the jabronis out there. But here he is. He is the money man himself. He is Mark.
Listen, ching ching, bling bling. It's always Ted over here, you jabrones.
That is right. The man that owns stock in Google, Uber, and something else. Apple. Okay. And we've discussed how much stock I would need to own in WWE to get a say, and it's like, where at my price range?
Way outside that price range, buddy.
Would I need to own more than Ari does? Suppose Ari's the owner, isn't he? I suppose I'd have to own as much as The Rock does. I better start saving a penny a week. Less wrestling shows, more savings, so I can spend money owning WWE. Just imagine me with any sort of say. The Rock would never lose. Reigns would never lose. It appears we're having technical difficulties, guys, so bear with us. I think Marcus has turned into Stone Cold here. Technical problems with his laptop, so I'm putting me a login on his phone. But yeah, just to finish up my thoughts about Dynamite, yeah, I'm going to say jobber. They've done nothing in 2 months to really keep my interest. If I wasn't doing this, I probably wouldn't even look at the Dynamite results. The Collision results I do look at, and if anything interesting happens on Collision, I will cover it. But in 2 months, nothing interesting on Collision. Here he is again. Let's bring him in. And you're going to work this time. I'm taking your laptop soul. Like The Rock took John Cena's soul. Have you frozen again? No. Yes. Yeah. I think he's frozen again. Hang on, guys. I'll get his thoughts on Dynamite in a second. Then we'll head into, obviously, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, all of that. And I'm going to take the soul of Marcus's laptop, just like The Rock, the final boss, took John Cena's soul, just like that. He's gone. It was there, and he's gone. But yeah, get your thoughts, get your thoughts of Dynamite over the last 2 months, Collision in the last 2 months, your thoughts on the AEW Australia show. Obviously, they had a lot of controversy about the ring, about the start time. Wasn't exactly perfect, but there you go. Here we are. Hopefully, we're going to work here I've took the soul of his laptop. His laptop died. God. So, Marcus, before I get your thoughts on Dynamite, if you want to give any thoughts, I know. So, you want to promote what you've been up to? Your latest video, you reviewing a hoagie, I believe.
It was a cheesesteak hoagie, which for the uninitiated, a cheesesteak hoagie is pretty much so the way a cheesesteak is done is usually steak, cheese on a long roll, maybe your choice of condiments. And the difference between a cheesesteak and a cheesesteak hoagie, well, again, the cheesesteak hoagie is like lettuce, onion. Well, fried onions usually go on a regular cheesesteak, but not lettuce. So a cheesesteak hoagie is like lettuce, hot peppers, sweet peppers, tomatoes, and other like salad like things. Versus a cheesesteak is just the steak, the cheese, the bread, maybe fried onions and condiments.
When I know you like to obviously eat very healthy, but when would your ideal time to eat a cheesesteak be? Breakfast, lunch?
Cheesesteak definitely between lunch and dinner. It's not it's not something you just like. You don't start your day eating a cheesesteak. That's crazy rude. Like, I don't know what kind of body you might have if you're doing that, but don't do it that way, y'all.
It would make you fat.
It's not even, I mean, cheesesteaks will definitely increase your pounds, but that's not even the point of me saying that. It's just not a breakfast food.
Can you not get like breakfast cheesesteaks with bacon, egg?
I mean, you can do a breakfast cheesesteak, but it's just not heard of. Like, it's not something we do often, right? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you get a breakfast cheesesteak, cool, but like, it's not a thing, really.
And I like that you put the detail. Roxy, give me 1 second. There we go. I like that you put the details of the store. I'm going to call it a store. You got it from. So you put that in the description. I think I really like that. A really cool touch. Obviously, people will see your review, and then if obviously they want that, they want one. Obviously, they can purchase one should they want one. So I think that's a really cool touch that you've added.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta edit some of my other videos to have that. Because as you just said, like, what people want to visit these places, because I gotta remember my audience isn't just in the United States. My audience is expanding to being worldwide. So if I'm going to have a worldwide audience, I got to make sure that my worldwide audience, if they ever come to the Philadelphia area, if they come to the States, that they can be like, oh, I want to go where Mark has been. So gotta relay the message to the people about where I'm going to get these amazing amazing cheesesteak sandwiches. So
yeah, I would love to come to the US, play for a WrestleMania, but the travel really puts me off, and obviously the money to go to a WrestleMania
it's expensive.
Like I said, for the Love of Wrestling convention I went to a couple of weeks ago, for everything, I know I've got no autographs for mainly for pictures, staying at accommodation, food, drink, £2,000. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but £2,000 I spent just on a convention.
Yeah, and that's like almost like maybe that's like 2,000 and some change in US dollars.
So just imagine me at WrestleMania. I'd want to do everything: Mania, Hall of Fame, Stand and Deliver, Access, whatever it's called, WWE World now, Raw, SmackDown.
I would say from there, you might as well just make an OnlyFans and start selling nudes.
I'd want to go to all the indie shows that are around during WrestleMania weekend. Yeah.
You probably have to start selling some nudes, buddy. Because that stuff is not cheap.
I don't think people are going to pay me for that at all.
Hey, you never know. There's a market for everybody, so you never know.
Go away if I started doing that, but I'm not exactly built like The Rock, so
You never know, man. There's a market for everybody.
I suppose. Well, John Cena's. No, obviously, no, John Cena's not selling news, but isn't he on OnlyFans?
I don't know.
I think when one of his movies, he started an OnlyFans. I don't know what it was, but obviously, like, people upload non-sexual, non-nude to put like pictures of themselves, and they can charge for that.
Make a fair point.
I think a few wrestlers, maybe a few wrestlers. Oh no, Mandy Rose. Okay, speaking of wrestling, speaking of OnlyFans, Mandy Rose makes a killing on it, doesn't she? Have you seen how much she makes?
I did not see how much she makes.
A lot.
Well, there's a lot of creepy people out here in this world, so.
They are, but yes, they are, but she is stunning, and a lot of people are going to pay. If she can make money, why not?
I agree. I'm just saying. That doesn't mean that they ain't creepy.
Well, there's a lot of creepy people like. And then, well, when did I'll say about the spot right now, with the spot at the chamber. When Bianca did it, I thought, oh, people are going to be recording this. The spot against when you slamming Liv against the cage and against the pod, and she was pulling up her tights, like kind of exposing Liv. I just thought, yeah, there's going to be people zooming in.
That's a shame. That's so weird and a shame.
Like, people not got anything better to do with their life than lust after someone they're never going to get.
Well, that's the point of lust, isn't it?
Like, Liv isn't. Well, I think Liv is single, so I suppose there's hope. But anyway, let's move on to wrestling and move on to. Have you got any thoughts about Dynamite? Should I run through it, or should I just move on straight on to Raw?
I have no thoughts about Dynamite.
Any thoughts about AEW being nothing interesting in 2 months?
I think AEW is going through their usual problems that they always go through, which is trying to figure out how to make this work, right? I mean, there's too many ways and methods in today's day and age, and I feel like it's a promotion that's only geared towards the most hardcore fans, which is so interesting because there was a point in time where they had celebrities showing up to AEW, but now you couldn't even. If I was a celebrity, I wouldn't even want to be on an AEW show just due to the fact that they don't have the notoriety that's needed and they don't care about me being on their show. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, this is a wrestling company that's only for wrestling, and people that like wrestling. Like, this is sports entertainment, but its main focus isn't sports entertainment. Their focus is more of the in-ring product.
If I was a celebrity, I would want to be there for the money. Most definitely. If Tony Khan is stupid enough to pay me X amount of millions just to be on the show, I'm going to be there. But right. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for them. Like, yeah, obviously we'll get to like who was on the Elimination Chamber, and that person was on the chamber. Obviously, I don't, but I'm obviously beginning to know him. The more he turns up, the more I know him. So he's becoming just like a name that I'm getting familiar with. Right. In AEW, obviously, like, they turn up once and that's it.
Right. Or maybe a couple. Well, I mean, a rapper had turned up to AEW a couple of times, and he became kind of like a known product, especially when like Swerve Strickland first came around, and it was pretty cool. But then the aura of that wore off because he stopped coming around, and Swerve Strickland was going this way. and then that way, and then Keith Lee was going this way, and then that way, and it's not making sense. So once again, AEW is, they want to just be like a pure wrestling company, but at the same time, it's like, how is that going to work? When, what, how is that going to work for your company? So I feel bad too. I feel bad for AEW because I like I told you before, I had watched AEW during the pandemic. I thought it put on a better product than WWE during that time period, but now, absolutely the fuck not.
Two very quick things. You had Mike Tyson on, WWE Hall of Famer, former world champion boxer, and they did nothing with him. And a lot of people complain, only 4 matches on Elimination Chamber, less is more, because with AEW, there's 9 already, and there's gonna be more added. They're gonna add more next week. There's 9 matches already. I should not be sat here saying, ugh. I should be saying, no, add more. Give me 10, 20 matches. Because there's no rest period. You don't get to digest what's going on. It's just, if there's a return, if there's a heel turn, it's like, next. Obviously, what happened in the chamber, you've really like digest and really focusing on what just happened rather than a certain somebody turned heel and next doesn't matter next.
Well, the storytelling is better, right? WWE, one of the things that they're really, really, really good at is storytelling. They've been good at storytelling since the beginning of time, right? Since they've really become since I'm gonna say since I've been paying attention to WWE, right? So, and that's like late '90s. Ever since the late '90s, they've always been pretty damn good at telling stories. The problem with AEW is who knows what the storytelling is like. That's why I say it's a good wrestling show, but from the sports entertainment aspect of AEW, it's garbage. Like AEW, out of the 3 companies that's out right now in the United States, the major ones, TNA does a way better job of telling stories than AEW does.
Yes, correct. WWE's always been better at telling stories, but I think this last year they've killed it. Like absolute, just pure. The stuff they've done with Reigns, up to The Rock, just pure cinema. Just really thought out, really well done. Just not just thrown together, not just rushed together just to get it done. You can tell The Rock and Triple H just sat down and really thought this out and thought, how can we get the most out of this rather than there's a heel turn, let's move on, doesn't matter. If that was AEW, a certain somebody would have gone heel and that's it. Mm-hmm. The crowd, the fans would have loved it there, the fans on the internet would have loved it. Next kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's move into Monday Night Raw. You kicked off with Logan Paul and then Mr. CM Punk. CM Punk was just a cookie cutter promo. The big story here: Logan slapping Punk, scorpion out the ring. Logan's great at getting heat. And the fans love Punk singing along to his theme. So yeah, okay way to kick off Raw. Penta El Zero Meadow with his first ever loss, technically in WWE. Ludwig Kaiser over Penta and Pete Dunne. Penta didn't take the pin. Pete Dunne got pinned, but Penta lost. I don't know how to feel about this. I like it. I like Ludwig won. But I think I would have had Penta win. He's overcoming 2 guys rather. That makes him look even stronger. So I'm really 50-50 for me. Yeah, your thoughts on Ludwig Kaiser winning and Logan slapping Punk?
I mean, Logan slapping Punk, that's obviously for heat. That's how you get heat especially especially with someone with Logan Paul's reputation. Like no one cared or liked Logan Paul being WWE, so him slapping Punk, and everybody loves Punk. You know, it's a really good way of getting cheap heat, very good heat magnet. Now Penta catching that first loss from Ludwig Kaiser via pinning Pete Dunne. I mean, Ludwig is very good in the ring. I mean, all three of those guys are really good in the ring. I mean, at some point in time, Penta was going to lose, but this is still making Penta look good because he wasn't the one that took the pin. Like, it's still not his time to take the pin yet. He's going to take the pin sometime, but just not now.
If I'm booking it, he doesn't take a pin for a long while. I think if I'm booking it, he takes the title at Mania. In whatever multi-man match they're going to do, he takes the title at Mania. Now, originally I said Braun should beat Goldberg because Goldberg's a businessman. Surely he wants a match at Mania where the payday is. He's not going to win. So why not put over Braun on the way out? But they're not doing that. Penta wins the title. Just a little note for myself. As of Raw, WrestleMania was 54 days away. I think it's 48 now or 49. The New Day defeated LWO. LWO had a great showing. Walking Wild, Cruz del Toro. When they're allowed to go, they can go. Now, hopefully, we see more of them. You had Dragon Lee. Okay, New Day just destroyed Walking, Cruz, and Dragon Lee. So hopefully we see more of this. Gunther calling out there's obviously saying Jay's a clown and calling out another clown in Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa going 50-50 with Gunther. Ugh. They should have lasted 10 seconds. Chop, powerbomb, done. Maybe a tiny bit of offense from Tozawa, but certainly not 50-50. And at times I thought, are they going to have him win? Yeah. But obviously he didn't. Gunther killed him. But 50-50. Anyway, your thoughts on New Day over LWO and Gunther defeating Akira Tozawa?
I mean, I expect Joaquin Wilde and El Toro to lose the New Day. You know, that's not for them. You know, it's really should be Dragon Lee and Ray. I mean, they're setting it up for that happening at Mania, so I feel like that's what they're doing. As far as Tozawa, well, as far as Gunther, of course, you know, that's what he's doing. It's kind of his promo, blah, blah, blah. You know, trying to still hype up the match for Mania. Now, the whole thing about going 50-50 with Akira Tozawa, I disagree with you so strongly about this. And the reason why I disagree is because I don't know if once again, you've been watching WWE since 2000. I've been watching WWE since like 97. Do you remember the match between Taka Michinoku and Triple H?
Possibly, yes. I think did Taka beat him?
No, he didn't beat him, but he sure as hell took Triple H to the limit.
Oh yeah, but Taka wasn't a joke. Like Tozawa was a clown. Tozawa was just.
Taka Michinoku at the time. They did the whole evil thing.
But Kaintai were really over because of that. Tozawa was just
Tozawa is over because of the dances and stuff that he do. And plus, if you actually see Akira Tozawa not just in the WWE ring, you know that kid can go. So it's not, oh, he's a joke character, blah, blah, blah. It's more so like with the right opponent, yeah, Akira Tozawa is going to get serious. And plus, that's not Gunther's style to beat anyone in 10 seconds. He can't because he got to chop them. He might have to do a dinosaur drop kick. And remember, Gunther doesn't really have a finisher. We don't know what his finisher is. It's either a sleeper hold or a power bomb. I don't actually know. So, no, he can't just beat somebody. He can't just like completely bury somebody. That's not the style of wrestling that he wrestles.
But the idea is to make Jay's win, which is he's going to win at Mania, look even bigger. How to make it look even bigger? Gunther looks like a real threat heading into Mania. How does he look like a real threat? He kills Tozawa, not 50-50. Yeah.
You got to make the challenger look good. And you got to make it look like the champion actually had a threat. So that's how you got to make it look.
Okay, fair enough. Women's IC title, Lyra retaining against Dakota. Very predictable. Bigger story after the match, Ivy attacking Lyra, so Ivy's probably taking the title. So Lyra's gonna lose and then be a jobber, I would imagine, because she's not really over. The woo, whatever it is. And she's from Ireland, so UK. And even
Yeah.
I think she's boring. So I think when she loses, that's probably it. Wouldn't shock me if she not gets released straight away, but she like later down the line is released. Earlier on in the day, Jackie Redmond had a sit-down interview with Sami Zayn that was just hyping up the match at Chamber. Sami Zayn getting very serious. The future world champion Dominic Mysterio they've lost to Bron Breakker by DQ.
Oh.
Okay. And again, this is why Bron needs Goldberg at Mania. A big name. Retire Goldberg. Okay. Well, you can retire Goldberg, but my second part of the idea doesn't work with what happened at Chamber. But Braun comes out on Raw and brags about beating Goldberg, and then I don't think I've got Braun lose the night after on Raw, but you could against somebody. I don't know who right this second, but I don't know. Maybe a trick. I don't know. Just really off the top of my head, maybe a trick. You could call up Trick and he beats Braun. I don't know. But your thoughts on Lara going over Dakota and your favorite Dominic Mysterio losing by DQ?
You know what? Lyra, she will never be over on the main roster. I'm sorry. I don't know what they have to do to make her get her over. I don't know. She's missing something. What that something is, I don't know. I just know when I used to see her, other than I don't know who the hell she is, I was never impressed. And so it makes me concerned because she had that little stint when she went back down to NXT for like a week. And the crowd in NXT love her. And really show what her entrance should look like and sound like.
Yeah.
You compare that to the main roster, nothing. Like it don't sound like it. She's a big star.
Like you said, I don't know what's missing. She puts on good matches. She had a good match with Dakota. She had a good match with Bayley.
Right. So
it seems deep. It's not generic. It's not the greatest team ever, but nor is it generic. The crowd are a little bit into it. She's stunning. She's good looking.
I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what it is that it is about her that is hard to get her over, but it's going to come time for them to take the IC title off of her and put it on somebody else that's more over, and that's going to come soon. Ivy Nile?
Yeah, the crowd chant "You suck" to Ivy and the Creed brothers, so they're more over than Lyra.
Plus, it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit more believable that Ivy Nile is a badass and she can, she can suplex people out their shoes. Compare that to Lyra. I mean, Lyra's good, but I still would even say Ivy is better than Lyra in the ring.
Yeah, she is. And more believable. Yeah, because she looks the part. She did the Titan Games. Yeah. No one will question Ivy taking the title off Lyra. I question doing it this quick, but
there's no question that she's good.
If they do Lyra Ivy tomorrow and Ivy takes the title, I won't be shocked.
Right. And then for the future World Heavyweight Champion Dom Mysterio losing to beating Braun Breaker by DQ.
No, Braun won by DQ.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't know why you keep mentioning. Wait, is there something going on about Goldberg and Braun Breaker? Like, is that a thing?
No, but Goldberg's a busy man. He would want that big payday. That big payday's mania. Braun has felt for weeks like he didn't feel like the Intercontinental Champion. He just feels like he's been okay for 2 weeks. He was sat in the crowd like a mark. He's winning matches by DQ. Ugh, give him something, and for me, that would be Goldberg. But I think multi-man match.
Weirdly enough, Goldberg is too high above Braun Breaker. I mean, Braun Breaker had the IC title. The only way Braun Breaker should be facing Goldberg, if that's ever like some type of thing, is if he loses the IC title before WrestleMania. Other than that, put the IC title on the WrestleMania card. Don't lock it up like that for the biggest card in wrestling.
Yeah, and if you have it for the IC title, I think Goldberg would lose, should and would lose anyway. But if it's for the IC title, he's definitely losing. So,
well, that's the thing. Why would Goldberg even go after the Intercontinental Championship? Like that's no offense to the IC title, but that's way below Goldberg's level.
I just think Braun needs something. I don't know. Again, the fans love him. They bark for him every week. He's incredible in the ring. That spear against ISHO Speed at the Rumble.
Yeah, that was insane.
But he's sat in the crowd like one of the fans. Just ugh.
Once again, it's being the IC champion is hard. Because it's like on one end, people respect the title, and on the other end, people don't respect the title. So it's like, how much does WWE respect the title? That's the real question.
I don't know your opinion on Vince Russo. I don't know if you like him or not, but Vince Russo made a great point. Just imagine Randy Savage back in the day sat in the crowd with the fans. It would never happen, would it? Never.
No.
But,
I mean, because back in the day, I feel like at times the mid card was booked better back in the day than it is now.
Then you have Braun and Lara sat in the crowd like a spectator.
At least back in the day, mid card titles were booked pretty good. In my opinion, they were booked pretty damn well back in the day. Now, mid card titles aren't even booked well. Because they're mid-card titles. And that's a shame because mid-card titles is how you climb up to the main event.
At least they're doing something with them. With Vince, I think Vince forgot about the US and IT title because he has rarely saw it on TV. And if it got onto a pay-per-view, that was a miracle. Your undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes came out, obviously talking about the offer from The Rock. Seth Rollins came out and said, "What are you thinking? We've beat your face and no, they lost, didn't they? Lost to The Rock. But we faced Rock and Reigns last year. What are you thinking? Well, you're stupid. If you choose, you do you kind of thing. But you should have told The Rock to stick it up his candy ass. Well, you do you at the Chamber, but I'm winning the Chamber, and I'm coming for the title, basically." And then to close out Raw, your 3-time and brand new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Good match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez over Bianca Belair and Naomi. A little bit of a shocker, but obviously what happened at Chamber, this made sense why they lost the titles. I mean, they get the focus off the titles and the focus onto something else that we'll discuss. Yeah, good match. So any thoughts on the Cody Rollins thing and your now 3-time Women Tag Team Champions?
Nothing really about the Seth and Cody promo. I mean, I agree with Seth. Like, look at all the stuff we went through last year. You telling me that you might be considering this? Get the hell out of here. Well, and we'll talk about the Chamber, a little bit later on. And yeah, that women's tag title switch definitely happened out of nowhere, but it was it was needed.
I would. So my rating for Raw. The main event saved it. Yeah, opening match. Going right on to NXT. I do need a quick toilet break, so I'm going to go through the first match. Then you give your thoughts, and I'll quickly I'll come back and you give mine. But Stephanie Vakir retaining against Koma Petrovic, retaining the Women's North American Championship. Koma looked good in defeat. No shocker that Stephanie retained. And then Julia coming out. We're getting champion versus champion, title for title in 2 weeks at Roadblock. My prediction here, you get a DQ finish. I can't see either walking out with both titles, unless that is the plan, but I'd be shocked. So I think you get some sort of DQ finish. But yeah, your thoughts on Stephanie over Cartman and Julia coming out and making the announcements.
You know what? Y'all, listen, y'all know how much I love Stephanie Vakir. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite girls in NXT. I think her winning the North American Championship, retaining, perfect, great. It kind of took me by surprise that Julia came out right afterward to tell Stephanie, like, yo, title for title, let's go. That actually really very much shocked me because, I thought they were just going to, keep it chill. I had no idea. I don't know what happened, but that's what makes NXT so much more fun to watch now. Because you really don't know what's going to happen on NXT. Like, you can't even guess. Compared to the main roster, and mind you, I'm only watching one show now, guys, since I'm protesting Raw, because why would Raw go to Netflix and put on very, very basic programming for Raw? So that definitely caught me by surprise when Julia came out.
I am back. Just give me 1 second. He then had the X Division title defended on WWE TV. talk about making history. You had Moose, obviously retaining against Lexus King. No shock here, but great to see the talent defending on WWE TV. You then had Oba Femi coming out, and you're getting Oba Moose 2 weeks at Roadblock for the end. Obviously, we discussed last week where this match happened. Roadblock. Yeah, I think Oba retains there. You then had Jordan Grace come on out. Roxanne Perez returned to NXT after losing at Vengeance Day. They brawled. They're getting a match. Probably Roadblock. So yeah, anything to add about Moose retaining the title, Oba challenging him at Roadblock, and the Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez brawl out?
As I said last week, I did not expect Moose to show up again. I mean, once again, we knew, right? Because, defending title versus Lexus King, but still, seeing Moose in a WWE ring is a crazy thing. We live in bizarro world right now because what the hell? TNA and NXT pretty much have a deal working together, and it's so dope. It's so cool right now. Great match, good match from both of them. But of course, Moose beating Lexus King and the Ruler challenging Mr. TNA to an NXT title match at Roadblock. I love it.
And the Jordan Grace, Roxanne Perez brawl out, probably leading to a match also at Roadblock.
Well, yeah, that's definitely going to be a match at Roadblock. Once again, I think this is Roxanne's last match. It got to be, because look at how much time she's not really spending at NXT. She's not really spending ring time at NXT. Yeah, promo time, but not ring time. So, I mean, she had an amazing run, but it's time for her to be on the main roster full time, right? Like, before there's any drafts or anything, just let the girl fly on to the main roster and do a better job than Laura Valkyria.
And speaking of a draft, there is apparently going to be a draft. Not like there's any point, but going to be a draft after Mania. Okay, that's where Trick and Roxanne get called up. They'll get called up there. Next up, it was a wonderful, delightful, and broken time because the Hardy Boys are back in WWE looking as great as they can, proving why they are the greatest tag team of all time, of all space and time. Knocking off No Catch Quarter Crew. Yeah, cool. Obviously, the Hardy Boys back, really cool thing to see. But then we had another return. And it's the man with the Cobra, Santino Marella. Official return. Coming out to his original WWE theme. And you're getting Hardy's Fraction for the TNA tag team titles at Roadblock. I think the Hardys win here. Fraction will get a rematch and beat Hardys at Stand and Deliver for the NXT tag titles. Is my thoughts. Lola Vice over Ariana Grace. Okay. This was just Lola Vice's return to the ring. Yeah. So yeah, your thoughts on Lola Vice? Sorry, the Hardys being back, Santino being back, and Lola going over Ariana.
I mean, I'm gonna cover Santino first because it was so cool for him to get his old entrance back, and the NXT crowd in Cincinnati were hot for him. They were hot. They were very hot. and it looked like he wanted to. He looked like he wanted to shed a tear real quick. And I think that's one of the great things about this partnership. Old WWE superstars in whatever role they're in, because Santino's in an official's role in TNA, gets to still have his music being played from his golden years of being an in-ring performer. Since WWE owns that property to that song, right? It's such a great thing, right? Because when he's on TNA, he has the Authority song that he has. So it's always cool to they allow him to use his song. They used his song when he came out. That was cool. Good match by No Quarter Catch Crew. I mean, there's still a bunch of who's to me, but that was a good match. I mean, how can you not have a good match with the Hardys, right? That was amazing to hear their song being played in the NXT arena in Cincinnati. Wow, yeah, that was nostalgic as hell. I ain't gonna lie, that was very nostalgic for me. And then
what a time, the Hardys.
I'm telling you, I swear I feel like I'm living in a vortex. And for the TNA tag title. Well, you said the TNA or the NXT tag title?
A roadblock to the TNA tag title, but I think the Hardys win there, and then Fraction will get a rematch, and it'll be for the NXT tag titles. The standard delivery is what I think the path will go.
So the TNA tag titles on the line at Roadblock. That's cool, man. The opportunity, because they're both the best tag teams in their individual companies, and probably in the WWE right now as a whole. I mean, at Fraxium, and I mean it's the Hardys. It's the Hardys, right? That's gonna be a banger of a match.
Yeah, I can't think of another tag team in WWE right now that match Fraxium. Yeah, very quickly. New Day, no. A-Town Down Under, definitely not.
Well, I'm just thinking about the champions, and the champions of those brands. I don't even know who the hell the champions are.
I'm going to run through every tag team they've got, but yeah, that's a couple off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't think. Yeah, Fraxium. Fraxium are the best tag team right now in WWE.
Was it the War Raiders, and who's the SmackDown tag champion?
DIY.
Yeah, see, Fraxium is better. They're more exciting to watch.
Yeah. I like DIY.
And they're always featured on TV.
Yeah, and they came from last year, being at the pre-show match on Deadline to going on to face the Hardys. Incredible. And your thoughts on Lola going over Santino's daughter, Ariana Grace? And your main events are Ricky Saints. How does it do it like that? Ricky Saints, great presentation. Off the bat, feels like a star, just like that. Great theme, great Tron, lasers, everything. Hit Ricky Saints, Ricky starts, call him what you like. And Javon Evans defeats and beat Ethan Page and Wes Lee. Yeah, great presentation for Ricky Saints. And then we closed out with the Shield, Retribution, the Who's 2.0. Yeah. That's not how I would have closed out NXT, but there we are. Again, we want answers. Why are they attacking people? And I don't know if it was just me, but there was a problem with my feed when Jada was doing a promo, and it kept showing the NXT logo on the screen. It kind of kept flashing on, and it kept flashing to fade to black. I don't know if that was Netflix or that was the faction screwing up NXT. And if it was a faction, that's what Retribution did. Rating for NXT. Main event, definitely. Great performance for Ricky Saints. Santino officially returning. The Hardy Boys are back. The X Division title defending in WWE. Main event. Your thoughts on Ricky Saints and Javon Evans over Ethan Page and Wesley, and your rating for it.
Javon and Ricky definitely put on a good show to close out our nice episode of NXT. The attack from the Who's, man, whatever. Just reveal who you are. Let's go. They're kind of screwing up whatever the hell else we got going on. Because other than that portion, to be honest, other than that in the Lola Vice match, this was main event stuff. Like, it kept you on your toes, and we saw Trick Williams being pissed off, ready to swing on Javon Evans, and it's funny as a person that came late to watching NXT. I love this brand, and now it will never ever take the place of Smacky D's in my heart. But this is the best brand in WWE right now. It got so much going on for it. While Raw, I mean, I'm obviously not watching it, and it's not even sounding like something I want to watch. And SmackDown, which I can watch, but I mean, it comes on Friday. It's kind of hard to want to watch it if I got other things I want to do. And even if I don't, it's like I'm gonna put you on, but like you're gonna just be background noise. What the fudge? Be better. So and plus, you know me, I love me a 2-hour wrestling show. Screw 3 hours. 3 hours, that's a drag. So
3 hours drags just.
So I love what NXT is doing. Keep it going, guys.
This week's SmackDown didn't drag. It flowed well, but that's a rarity. Usually by halfway through, I'm thinking, oh. And again, you should not be thinking this. I should be thinking, no, make it 4 hours. I should not be thinking halfway through, oh, there's another hour and a half of this to go.
Yeah.
I should not be thinking that at all.
Yeah, SmackDown, listen, man. The biggest mistake WWE made was having SmackDown be in 3 hours. That's a mistake.
Apparently, it's going to be going back to 2 after Mania. I think Triple H and Nick Khan aren't happy. He said the 3 hours, make it. He's dragging it. He's dragging SmackDown down.
I don't know what it is, but 2 hours just seemed like the perfect amount of time for a wrestling show.
But will Ori want it to go to 2 hours because he's all about money. Another hour just means more extra money. So will he want it to go to 3 to 2? We'll have to wait and see. I will quickly speed through a double helping of Speed. So we start Candice LeRae on a draw. So that keeps the title on Candice, protects Zoe. I hope that Zoe gets a push out of this. She probably won't. Jobber, I'll say for that. And Dominic Mysterio on Speed over Chris Sabin. Just above Jobber. So let's get to Smacky D's that kicked off with WWE Hall of Famer, 25 years and still looks as good as she ever did. Trish Stratus came on out, then Tiffany Stratton did. This led to a match. Canada's own Women's US Champion Chelsea Green taking on Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany with a DQ win. Okay. So yeah, your thoughts on the opening with Trish and Tiffy, and Tiffy going over Chelsea by DQ.
It's always cool to see. Oh, it's time to rock and roll. Oh, this time I'm in control. It's always great to see Trish. And just to go reminisce about like how she came up through WWE's ranks and became pretty much one of the best female wrestlers that's ever walked through the door. It's always a cool thing for her to be in her home country, well, home city as well, because according to WWE, she's from Toronto.
From Toronto. I'll very, as you give your thoughts on the match, I'll do a very quick Wikipedia search.
And as far as Tiffany winning by DQ, I'm assuming Nia came in and caused that. Yeah, so it is what it is.
Next up, Jacob Fatu. Okay. So yeah, like Andrade should have won here, but I get Jacob getting a push. Jacob defeated him. He then advanced to a triple threat that I thought was next week, but it was later on in the night. It was your main event. He advanced to a triple threat later on in the night. It was meant to be Street Profit taking on Los Garzas. Match didn't even start. It was just all a brawl out for all tag team DIY, Pretty Deadly, machine guns. So I think we're playing correct on what we're thinking. Multi-man match at WrestleMania, possibly probably a ladder match. Is probably the way they go. Yeah. So again, thoughts on Jacob over Andrade and the brawl with all the tag teams on SmackDown?
Yeah, I mean, Jacob is going to keep getting a push because he's probably the most over person without a title on SmackDown. And the tag match didn't seem like it went anywhere, so it's really nothing to talk about.
According to Wikipedia, Trish is from Toronto, so I presume that's where she's from.
All right.
Drew McIntyre came out, then Damian Priest did, then Seth Rollins did, then CM Punk did, then Logan Paul did to John Cena's music. The fans hated him. Logan just not a heat magnet. I was like, he's singing there, and then it was like, no, okay, this is Logan, and it was. Next up, LA Knight. Yeah, went over Santos Escobar. Good match. Santos looked good in defeat. He advanced to the triple threat later on in the night. Yeah, but I thought LA Knight was already number one contender, so why does he need to be a double number one contender? But there we are. Yeah, your thoughts on the participants of except for Cena, all the men coming out and hyping up the chamber, I suppose, and LA Knight over Escobar.
I feel like without John being there, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, all right, on one end, if John was there, yeah, the hype would have been there for sure. But it's good still to have them build up the chamber. And LA Knight, yeah, going into the match, that's cool too.
Sami Zayn, again. This is why there's no point no point of a draft. But Sami Zayn came on out, cut a promo, hyping up the unsanctioned match. Owens on the throne. He was at the arena. He was in the ring, in fact, in the Elimination Chamber ring where Elimination Chamber was. He cut a good promo. He was basically saying, I'm just going to basically kill you tomorrow night, and if you suffer, so be it. And I don't care about your family. I want them to suffer too. Carmelo Hayes taking a page out of Eddie Guerrero's book. Hitting the ring of the chair and laying out. So then the referee turns around and calls a DQ for Strowman. So that protects Strowman, but he gives Carmelo the win. So that very clever, very clever. So I don't know if you saw the promo of Sami Zayn, Owens. If you did, give your thoughts, and then Hayes and Strowman thing.
I didn't really see the promo, but I mean that's what you do to hype up a match. I mean, them two know how to hype up a match between each other. They know how to work. They know how to work each other, so that's great. Carmelo Hayes. Now that's using your brain against someone as big as Braun Strowman. Like that's genius. You know, I hit the mat, fall down. Like, yeah, it wasn't me. Yeah, it was you. Ring the bell. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's always good to know that, like, people will still use Eddie Guerrero tactics. Because, I mean, when he first did it, it was so fresh. So fresh.
Six women's tag team match featuring Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. They went over Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. Raquel, Roxanne. Yeah.
Take your time.
I thought it was John Cena at the Doctor of Thugonomics for a second.
Yo, Raquel.
Roxanne got the pin on Bayley, which I thought was great. Again, Roxanne's killing it. Yeah, she's on SmackDown, she's on Raw, she's killing it on NXT. Obviously, we'll get to Chamber in a second here. And then LA Knight, yeah. One more contender. I presume it's next week for Shinsuke's title. Shinsuke's retaining here, but I don't think he loses that quick, does he? You know, he won the title in November, so he's had a 4 months title reign, and done nothing. He's done nothing with that title, unfortunately. So yeah, thoughts of Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel winning the women's six woman match, and LNI over Fatu and Hayes.
I mean, Roxanne Perez, she's crushing it, man. I mean, I can't stand her a little bit, but she's killing it. You know, I can't wait for the day to figure out which show does she end up on. Does she end up on Raw or end up on SmackDown? I can't wait to see it. I mean, LA Knight being the number contender for U.S. title. I mean, I guess so. You know, they don't want to do heel versus heel with Jacob Fatu because that would have been the best move to make, honestly. But it is what it is. LA Knight, yeah, gets to get his title back. Gets to go try to get his title back.
And then concluding SmackDown, Michael Cole interviewing Cody Rhodes, the final boss, The Rock on the Tron, bringing out a truck very similar to The Rock's truck, but it was red and it had the decals of Cody Rhodes' logo on it. Obviously, trying to bribe him into giving him his soul. Rock knows how to go to The Rock, one of the greatest, if not the greatest talker of all time. Really knows how to cut a promo, obviously, but had a weight belt with saying Cody's soul on it and the date that Dusty died. So getting really personal. Like The Rock really selling this, saying you will embrace me, you will give me your soul, or basically I'm going to kill you. Basically, that was basically what The Rock was saying. Yeah. Obviously, we'll get onto what happened with The Rock and Cody here soon. But yeah, your thoughts on, I don't know if you saw the ending of SmackDown with Cody and The Rock.
I only saw the car. And that truck, woo! I love pickup trucks. So I was like, man, I would have told The Rock, yo, come on. Yep. Give me the keys.
Yeah, you give me the keys, Al. You can have my soul any day. I don't want it. I don't want my soul.
I will be healed right now. I will be healed right now.
Screw these
In the truck, I'm gonna be a heel.
Screw these people. I don't care. Give me the keys right now.
Damn right.
I see. I presume they're like peel off decals. Because what they're going to do with it if it's not, what they're going to do with the truck now? Unless it actually drives it. Rating for SmackDown. Ugh. Main event. Roxanne had a good match. LA Knight's getting a push. Or you had The Rock on, albeit be a satellite. Yeah, your rating.
I'm gonna give it main event. I think it sounded super good. It's a great way of closing out the week before the PLE.
So let's get into the PLE Elimination Chamber with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Yeah, good match to kick things off. Roxanne really, really killed it. Great performance. Incredible way to kick it off. Jade Cargill is back looking absolutely incredible. And did she go after Liv? Did she go after Bianca? Did she go after Naomi? Which went right after Naomi and killed her. So it was Naomi all along. So you're getting a heel Naomi at Mania. I don't know how that's going to work, but let's wait and see how that's going to work. Yeah, good match. I personally had Liv winning. I've got no problem with Bianca winning. Either Bianca Rhea, Bianca Io, or triple threat match at Mania. Either one of those, unfortunately, personally does nothing for me. I don't think, Rhea, any situation, a scenario there, I don't think, I can't wait to see that at Mania. Will it be a good match? Yes. Could it main event Raw? Yes. But yeah, good match. The Jay Cargill stuff was really good. Yeah, your thoughts on everything, I suppose. So the match itself, the Roxanne, give your thoughts on Roxanne's performance, the Jay Cargill stuff, and Bianca winning.
I'm sorry with the chronological order. So Jade coming out. Now, of course, I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Because I'm one of those people that like to sit and wait for something. And I hate reading the dirt sheets and this thing and that thing. Like, I look at it and be like, all right, well, we won't know until we see it. Because when we get to the men's match, I'll talk about why I don't read the dirt sheets. And Jay Cargill whooped Naomi's ass. And Bianca couldn't do nothing but just look and freak out. That's all she could do. Was look and freak out. And Jay just knocked Naomi out of the damn match. Which, in a weird way, if you was to tell me which one of these people don't belong in this match, I would have told you Naomi. She doesn't belong in the match. I don't know what it is. It's just she doesn't belong. So that was all right. Roxanne had a really good match. Really good match. I didn't think she was going to win, but this was just her to showcase herself. Right? This was just about her showcasing herself and, in a way, representing NXT. So good job, Miss Perez, for that. What a way that Alexa Bliss went out. That was clever from Liv. Jackknife pin while Alexa Bliss is holding on to Bianca Belair's braid. Yeah, that was genius. Alexa Bliss also very good outing for someone that hasn't been in the ring in a very long time. I mean, I know she's been consistent since the Royal Rumble, but still, this is good stuff from Alexa Bliss. Bianca whipping Liv Morgan, that woo!
Yeah. That nice.
And I love the end of the match when it was counter for counter, counter for counter, counter for counter. Then she finally caught her with the kiss of death. And yeah, look, like you said, I'm not upset about Bianca winning that. I mean, outside of Liv, that was the only other person I could think of that could possibly win this thing. Now, of course, I disagree with you about I'd rather the triple threat match at Mania versus a singles bout at Mania for the women's title, because the women's title on Raw needs a little bit something else, right? It's lost a lot of its flavor since the Liv and Rhea feud has gone away. It lost a lot of its luster, so I think it needs a triple threat match. It doesn't need a singles match. It needs a triple threat match to give it some oomph, to give it that factor. Of course, it's not going to main event nothing, but I'd rather a triple threat match than a singles at WrestleMania.
That could possibly, maybe. Rhea's a big star. Bianca's a big star. I prefer that main event. If a woman match is main event in night one, I prefer that main event over Charlotte Tiffany.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if it's a triple threat, yes. But if it's a singles bout, I don't know. But I don't think, to be honest, I don't think none of the women's title matches are good enough for a main event spot. They're good for an opening match, not main event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another triple threat that main events, but we'll get to that shortly here. Next up, Nia and Candice taking on Trish and Tiffy. They could have gone a little longer. Could have done a little more. Trish looks good, pulling out all the signature vintage moves. So Tiffy's now a clear face now. So Charlotte's heel? Okay.
Yeah.
So does this lead to Nia, Trish at Mania? I don't think this is the last we see of Trish, Nia, Trish at Mania, I think. Yeah, good. Unfortunately, like I said, could have gone a little longer, but what it was, yeah, it was good.
I feel like it was a solid match. It was a solid match. I don't think they should have went any longer than they did. I think, if anything, I probably would cut a little bit more stuff. I mean, Trish, of course, had to pull off the hits. She had to do her thing, but I think it still was a good match for what it was. It was a good filler match. A little filler thing for now. Put Charlotte Flair on ice and allow Tiffy in Stratus to kind of pull off like a dream tag team match, and allow Nia and Candice LeRae to get something. I mean, everybody looked good, even the people in defeat. And to be honest, I hope there's a women's tag match at Mania, and that Candice LeRae and Nia actually wins the title.
Off living.
Yeah.
But so two heel tag teams.
I mean, okay. I think it's going to be like a tag team scramble thing.
Yeah. Do you not see Nia Trish then at Mania?
Hell no.
Okay. Let's move swiftly on to the third match. Unsanctioned. Okay, so Sami Zayn coming in with unsanctioned. I love that he treated this like it was a diff. It wasn't just it was just a regular match. The lights and the really explaining the rules and the referee, the different look. Really felt like a different sort of type of match. I was expecting Owens to not kill, not literally actually real life kill Zayn, but make it look like he killed him, like just takes him out for not forever, but for a long while. But what we got was good. Obviously, the steel chair wrapped in barbed wire. That was a good spot. The double powerbomb onto the ring apron, good spot. Owens really selling the eye injury. I don't know if he was really injured or not. I don't know if he caught his eye, but the eye into the barbed wire chair looked good. So are we getting Zayn, the rumor match of Zayn Cross at Mania?
Why?
Ugh.
Why is that a rumor?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
Why?
Because Cross has been calling out Zayn every week on Raw, and Zayn's just not responded.
It's a terrible match.
That's the rumored match for Mania. Zayn Cross. Ugh. I wouldn't even put that on Raw as your main event. Maybe your only match or something, but that's it. So I hope that's not the match, but it's probably going to be, because who else is left for Zayn? But of course, we had so Owens went over. You had the big return of the Viper himself. Randy Orton is back. Fans singing his theme, which was great. Orton going for the punt, which I thought he was going to connect with, but he didn't. So it's Orton, Zayn. Sorry, Orton, Owens at Mania. They had a good match, even though the match didn't start at Crown Jewel. So I think they'll put on another good match here. Yeah. Your thoughts?
That was like you said, the presentation of that match, it was different than any other unsanctioned match that I've seen. That actually reminded me of the time that this is actually from TNA. When Sting and Kurt Angle had a lights out, had a empty arena match. Not really a match, but more of a fight, right? The only difference is, I mean, the lights were on, but there were no people in the stands, no nothing, no referee. The difference, obviously WWE, they allow the referee to wear an all black shirt. There was no ring branding. You ain't seen none of that stuff. So because it was supposed to be unsanctioned. But a lot of stiff shots, a lot of great spots, and obviously, Kevin Owens beating Sammy to the point that he couldn't freaking stand, so it was really a really good match. I mean, great time for Randy to come back and be like, guess who's back, motherfucker? And he was almost punting his head off. I mean, it was good. I mean, Randy Orton, once again, looking great as he always does.
Yeah, and if somebody doesn't take the title at Mania, you could have. I won't turn Orton either, because then the fans won't sing his theme, and I think you've got something there, and I think WWE love that the fans sing the theme, so I don't think you turn Orton anytime soon.
Nah.
Let's get to the main event, the men's chamber match. Yeah, really good. Was it better than the women's? I don't know. I think obviously star quality it was. So Priest eliminated Drew. So is this now leading to Drew, Priest at Mania, and Drew gets his win back at Mania? Probably. I don't care. Again, that does nothing for me for Mania. Who does Logan face? I think they got the triple threat. Punk, Reigns, Cena, and that's your main event, because he's got a hell of a lot of story there. So Punk and Reigns and Rollins, over 10 years of a story. Punk and Rollins have had not longer than 10 years, but a little story there with Reigns and Punk. There isn't really, obviously Paul Heyman. I think that's your main. I think Punk's still main eventing. Unless you do Rollins Punk 1-on-1 and Reigns faces. Yeah, who does Reigns face? Well, they could do Punk Logan 1-on-1 and Reigns Rollins 1-on-1. Maybe that's the way they go. Again, who did Logan? No, Logan's rumored to face Styles. So that's what they'll do. So yes, they're going the triple threat. Good match. Cena's losing streak is finally over. He wins the chamber. I thought Punk was winning it. I didn't think Cena 50-50, but I thought they were going to drag this out. See what happened after the match, but I thought they were just going to drag this out. Cena loses a chamber, he loses Money in the Bank. What's he going to do? He has to have a match. He somebody gets a match at SummerSlam and wins the title there. But yeah, and obviously the bigger story came after the match, but the match itself, good. And yeah, the stories coming out of it, I think, are going to be bigger and better. I'm not really too, like I said, not really too keen on Drew versus Priest. Yeah. But if we get the triple threat, yeah, that's a big match. Your thoughts?
I mean, the Chamber went not like how people expected. The Dirt Sheets were saying, "Oh, Drew McIntyre is going to win. Drew McIntyre is going to win," and this is why you don't listen to the Dirt Sheets, people. Drew McIntyre was far from winning, very far. No one had John Cena on their bingo card to win the match. I mean, or if they did, it was very few people. Like I said, there's some stories that came out of this match. Personally, I feel like it's going to be Punk versus Rollins, and somehow Reigns is going to talk his way getting into the match because he hasn't, he's going to be mad at Seth for the double stomp to the head. So it's going to be being a triple threat, but they're not going to main event. They're going to be the semi-main for one of the nights, probably night 1, if not night 2. And I mean, John had to pull out all the stops. You know what I mean? Like after Seth stomped Punk's head, Cena capitalized on a great opportunity against an old foe at that. So that was actually pretty cool to see that again and see him lock it in and, make sure that Punk passed out and stuff. I mean, honestly, it was dope to see that Cena won. And once again, it shocked me because I had no idea that Cena was going to, like, once again, it's not on my bingo card. So it was definitely good.
So what if you were booking it, or what would you have as main event then? Night 1 main event, Jay Gunther?
Yeah.
Triple H said on the press conference, he said whatever has a bigger story main events, and that's the bigger story there is your triple threat. Jay Gunther's not.
I don't know if that's a bigger story due to the fact of Reigns not being around until he comes back.
And fans are fickle. They love to eat Jay. They want to. Well, no, okay. I don't think anybody did people want Jay to win?
Yes.
I don't think anybody. If you ask anybody who's winning the Rumble, people would have said Punk or Cena. No one's expecting Jay to win. But now they're having trouble with Mania tickets. So the fans are fickle. The fans are giving up on Jay already.
I don't think they gave up. It's just he was unexpected. And they're like, if he's main eventing, I don't know if I want to buy night 1 tickets. Right? Because it's obvious what night 1 is going to be. Because for sure, night 2 has to be Cody versus John. Like, you can't close out WrestleMania with Jay and Gunther. I'm sorry. Not night 2. Night 1, yes, you can close them out. You can close out night 1 that way. Because night 1 last year didn't really go out all too great. To me, that tag match with Roman and The Rock versus Seth and Cody, that was ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not like that. I did not enjoy it. It was very meh to me. Night 1 last year went out with a whimper. Night 2 went out in a blaze of glory. So I feel like night 1 you can do the same shit here. Night 1, it might not be what every single person wants, but it's definitely what the people want with Jay and Gunther. While night 2 definitely is going to go make sure WrestleMania goes out with a bang.
Send the fans home happy for night 1. And then night 2, some fans will be happy.
It all depends on the result.
So let's get into it. Out comes Cody Rhodes. Shakes Cena's hand. Here he comes. Travis Scott in top. The final boss, The Rock, taking his sweet. I think The Rock now thinks he's either Reigns or Taker, taking his sweet time going to the ring. Rock says, I want everything. I want your mind. I want your soul. Give it to me now. Cody says, well, I've sold my soul many years ago. The fans have got it. Fuck you, Rock. He drops an F-bomb. WWE drops an F-bomb in 2025 with a PG audience. Damn. And then it happened. This actually at Blood meant something. I think even I said it meant nothing. Well, cool to see The Rock at Bad Blood, but why was he even there? Everybody thought triple threat, Rock, Cody, Reigns. Not one person said, oh, that's John Cena. Of course it is. Cena turns heel, and not only does he just turn heel, kills Cody. So yes, I think it's going to be incredible. Some incredible things are coming. I think Cena's got to change his look, change his theme, change his moveset. If he stays the same, just cuts heels promos, yeah. I think you have The Rock completely control his mind. He comes down and says, you cared about the fans too much. Now the focus is the title, and makes him take all his gear off, puts it in a trash, and the next time you see Cena, he's in a suit. Changes his music, changes his moveset. I think Cena's winning at Mania. I think that you don't turn him heel like this for him to lose. And if it's not Cena, who else? Drew? They made him lose too much. If it's Cena or Drew. I think it's Cena. I think he's doing it at Mania. He's getting his 17th title. Oh, did he stick around? Because now he's gone off again to make a movie. So right, he sold his soul to The Rock, and Cena just turns up when he feels like that's the thing. But I think once he loses the title to Punk at SummerSlam, I'm calling it now. I think then he'll come back, and you'll see him back as the good guy again. But yes, incredible stuff. Just lots of fandom. People wanted him heel. They've got it. Ugh. Does this get him cheered, or can he continue doing enough to actually get booed? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
So, The Rock came out with Travis Scott by his side, which was very weird, by the way.
What was the Sage? Why did Travis Scott have Sage? What was that?
I guess that's what he names the title.
They had like a thing, and he was like fanning him in the car. He was doing something. It was like that took away from the spot for me. But he had Sage. He was like fanning himself or something with it. I don't know what he was doing, but there you go.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Walking down the ring with, The Rock was Travis Scott, which was like, I don't understand why he's here, but all right, whatever. And The Rock asked Cody the question. Yeah, Cody, like the F-bomb being there and Peacock not bleeping it out, I was like, oh shit. What? Like, I was thrown off. You can fuck off, Rock. I was like, they let that go? Oh, they must have made sure they paid Peacock for that one. They definitely paid them off for that one. And Cena was like, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And that's when The Rock did the thing. And Cena was like, and kicked him in the balls and just destroyed him. Man, I never thought I'd see the day. I never thought I'd see the day that John Cena's heel again. Because this is not Dr. Thugonomics. This ain't none of that. This is a whole nother version of this is like almost like Peacemaker John Cena type shit.
He said it. He called it. He called it on Netflix. Because when they did a press conference and people asked, he called it. Yeah, people actually asked him the question, "Would they say, are we going to see Peacemaker in WWE?" He said, "Well, not really. That's a DC thing, but maybe you'll see shades of it."
Yeah, and I think we did, and I think I don't think that The Rock has Cena's soul. I think more so about Cena knows that he needs to reach a different level to get to that 17th world title, to beat Ric Flair's record, to be known as the greatest of all time. There's no way he could have done that with being, Mr. Never give up, never surrender, this, that, and the third. And in a way, they could create a faction called Hollywood or some shit like that, because they both went off to Hollywood, and Cena not having to earn his spot for the Elimination Chamber and just saying that he's in it, right? And coming to work whenever he pleases. And if you listen to the Chris Van Vliet interview that he did, when he talks about him having been, the possible heel run was like, I'll come to work less. I wouldn't work as hard for things. And this and the third is like, did he tell us he was going to be heel and we didn't really understand at the moment? So then now John, whatever music he recorded before that was supposed to be his heel music, that might be his heel music now. Obviously he can't wear the Fruity Pebbles shit no more, because that's just off-putting. He shouldn't wear the shorts no more, because throw those fucking things away, right? Retire the jorts for now. You could still wear suits. Fuck the sneakers, right? Like this would be a more mature version of John Cena. And this is oh my gosh, the whole internet is buzzing over this shit, because once again, and it's so funny because John Cena during the daytime had a Make-A-Wish kid there at the arena. And it's just dude, I'm glad they're pulling the trigger on this, because yeah. And I do see John holding this joint for a long time. Maybe losing to CM Punk at SummerSlam. Maybe. If not losing to CM Punk, then getting cashed in on. And maybe, ends his farewell tour as a babyface. But giving the fans what they want, which is a heel run. Just for some months. Not the whole time. Just give us a couple months, man. And yes, I do think he's going to beat Cody at WrestleMania.
Do you think Cena can do enough to actually be booed?
He's going to get booed right now. Of course, there's going to be people that's cheering because, grown men have been wanting to see John Cena be a heel forever. But the kids are going to boo their asses off.
I think I saw a fan post, and it's just a fan post. They said Cena wins at Mania, holds it to the end of the year, beats The Rock, and that's where he turns face and retires as champion, and then gives up the title and retires.
Beats The Rock. That's pointless. The Rock shouldn't even be getting back in the ring. The Rock is a manager-like figure. Let him be that. For the first time ever, let The Rock be a manager, because he's killing it right now.
Yeah, why should The Rock risk his huge movie career? Yeah.
For in-ring stuff, The Rock should be a retired in-ring performer.
Yeah, I agree. If I'm The Rock and he gets paid, was it 88 million? Damn, in 1 year? I'm not risking anything. I'm doing maybe a rock bottom here and there, maybe the people's elbow. But apart from that, I'm doing nothing.
Yeah, ain't no point for him to get back into the ring, personally. But then there's no point for him to get back into the ring. He probably got a clause in his contract that he can't get physical, other than him beating up on someone and not it coming back in return. Kind of thing.
Oh, what about that? He probably does. He probably insured a lot.
Yeah, and I will also say, there's going to be a match down the line with John Cena tagging with Travis Scott versus Cody in some fucking body, only because Travis Scott got himself a little bit involved, and he gave Cody a stiff shot, which the internet has been saying like, oh, Travis Scott need to slow down, need to relax. More than likely, Cody told Travis, "Yo, give me all you got. Give me all you got. Like, you're a non-performer. Give me all you got." So then it sets it up better.
Apparently, The Rock on the press conference. So two things. One, The Rock said that's the plan, to bring Travis Scott in and have a match. And just before they went out, Travis said, I want to get blood on my hands, and Rock said, make sure you swing for the Swenses, and he did.
He fucking did. So I'm sure Cody was also in on it. Like, listen, I'm going to get color. Dude, hit me with all you got. Give me all you have, right? Because it makes it look good. So there's going to be a tag match down the line that Travis Scott and Cena are going to tag versus Cody and some fucking body. Some other celebrity probably, just to give it someone that's on Travis Scott's level, kind of thing. Maybe it's Bad Bunny, who fucking knows, right? Yeah. But this whole year is going to be about Cody losing the title and eventually Cody getting it back. I think by December he's going to get it back. Actually,
if they do what they did last year with Cody and make him look like Superman, and I presume The Rock's going to be all kayfabe, almighty, all powerful. He runs WWE. He's going to make the match some sort of stipulation. He's going to stop the referee from counting. Maybe bringing the old referee in, bring the bloodline in. All of that, I can see all of that happening. If Cody survives all of that and the heel Cena, and he keeps the title on him. Ugh.
Well, the thing is, I think The Rock is past the bloodline stuff. Like, I think low key, The Rock is above the bloodline stuff, right? Like the Final Boss character. First of all, all right. Now that we can think about this in reflection, I hated the fact that the Final Boss was kissing the Tribal Chief's ass. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. If I'm the Final Boss and you're the Tribal Chief, I'm not listening to you. The Final Boss.
Yeah.
That doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, when you really think about it, that kind of doesn't make any sense. Because if a Tribal Chief's a boss, but I'm the Final Boss, we're not saying the same thing here. We're saying that I'm in charge. No, you're in charge. Who's really in charge? So I think at some point in time, there might be a match between Roman and The Rock, like we were saying before. But I think by the end of this year, Cody's going to get his title back. He's just not going to keep it after WrestleMania.
The Rock acknowledged Reigns. Then at the same time, I think it was the Mania press conference. When the thing they did before Mania, where Cody said, "Ram going after Reigns." There, like when Reigns and The Rock were side by side, and The Rock was bossing Reigns around, I thought, that don't make Reigns look good. 3.5-year champion. He's the guy going into Mania to defend the title, and he looks second best to The Rock. Ew.
Then they flipped it around, and The Rock was listening to Roman, and he was second command, and it was like, this don't make no sense, y'all. This sounds stupid. The Tribal Chief and the Final Boss, that should be the same thing. What? So to me, The Rock is past the whole Tribal Chief, all the other stuff. Like, he's past all that, right? Like, why would I go back to the Tribal Chief stuff if I got the 16-time champion in my corner now? I'm managing this guy. He gonna make it to the top because Roman Reigns probably ain't gonna never touch 16 or 17 times winning the title.
No, definitely not.
But John Cena will have a 17th title reign.
I don't think Reigns ever holds a title again after a 3.5-year title reign.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think, or if he does, it's going to be shorter stints, obviously, but it's never going to be that long ever again.
Yeah, and the people love him, so don't think you turn him heel.
Nah, I think that initial heel run was as good as it's going to get. It can't get no better than that. Especially with the fact that Solo had became tribal chief and brought in his own people, and Reigns was going at it with him for such a long time. They allowed the babyface stuff for Roman. They allowed Roman to get liked as a heel. So then, when he became a babyface, it would be easier. I think all the while they wanted Roman to be a babyface. It's just like, well, let's give the people what they want, which is a heel. That's fine. We could do that.
So rather than Punk beating Cena, Reigns beat Cena. Reigns and The Rock are family. The Rock's heel, Reigns is face. Again, The Rock abuses his power. Reigns is the guy to come and save the day and beat Cena. What do you think of that?
Ew. I don't like it. I actually think this will be a moment that The Rock gets physically involved and Cena gets the pin on Roman. And that will cause Rock and Roman to have a match.
That's got to be a Mania next year. But then where's Rock?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He beat, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, they had a match. Like, say Cena and Roman have a match, right? At Survival Series, right? Survivor Series would be, I think, probably the perfect time. If not that, and then whatever October pay-per-view is, they have a match, and unsuspectedly, The Rock is just out there. He ain't doing nothing, but he's just out there, being a manager. And as he see that Roman's about to get the win, he hits him, does something with him, Rock bottoms him, and Cena gets the win. But then afterward, they beat the shit out of Roman so bad that Roman don't come back until around Mania season. By that time, John Cena's already gone, whatever. And The Rock is like, ain't no jabronis ever going to come after me. I'm the final boss, damn it. Da, 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 da. Then Roman's music hits and he goes after The Rock, whatever else happens. And that's going to set up the match at Mania between The Rock and Roman.
I suppose it depends on The Rock's schedule, doesn't it? Really, he might be filming a movie next year. So it all depends on that.
So let's hope he ain't filming a goddamn movie, man. Let's hope.
But my rating for Elimination Chamber, way above main event. What's your rating?
WrestleMania. if we're going to say there's a rating above main event, is WrestleMania.
Yes, I think, the Cena heel turn, interesting things are coming. What those interesting things will be, we'll have to wait and see, but...
What a way to leave us on. This is what a B PLE is supposed to do, right? It's supposed to leave you a cliffhanger for the next major one. This has left a lot of theories, right? This has left us on a big giant cliffhanger onto what's next. Good job, WWE, for doing that, because that's what storytelling is. This is great long-term storytelling, great writing, and just great action to leave us all on a cliffhanger in multiple directions. The only time they can pull this kind of shit off is during WrestleMania season, and I hate it. Because other than this time of the year, they suck at doing this.
And a lot of people said, can it be aligning the battle a second time? Probably not. Like, The Rock was great last year, the final boss and all of that. I think this year's better. I think we're seeing a turning. I think The Rock's outdone himself.
It has the potential to be better this year. I mean, of course, I will never say that because WrestleMania was in my hometown last year. So no WrestleMania is better than 40. So 41 can try. I mean, I'm definitely for it. But I think the story was so much more intriguing than what we got right now. But we have to still let this flesh out first. Like, literally, some of the seeds were planted early and we just didn't see them seeds, right? Like last year, the seeds were planted at WrestleMania. Then they got weirdly somewhat canceled, but then they got revitalized again. This year, the seeds weren't planted at WrestleMania. That was just one other different storyline on a whole nother show. They got planted at Royal Rumble. And then we finally got to see something else during this PLE. So it was like, wait, this is different. So we don't know how this is, like, this has not fully played out yet. So we are waiting to see what else is happening.
The seeds for Cena turning with bad blood again. Yay, it's The Rock. What does that mean? Is he a triple threat? Probably a triple threat.
Yeah, no one expected the 1, 2, 3 thing to be John Cena. And if someone is out there saying that they knew it, they're a fucking liar. You're whoever you are, internet person, you lied. You are not out here knowing what the hell The Rock was talking about. Don't lie.
And I think even I said myself, like, good to see him. It was kind of a waste because nothing came of it, but it actually did. So, but we've got just one piece of news. Let me play the. Oh no! We'll very quickly do predictions. Really quickly for Dynamite, not Dynamite. Revolution. Revolution. We'll quickly do predictions very quickly. Let me just do that and that. So I'm going to have to use Wikipedia because I can't remember. I can remember some of the matches. Take a breath is 9. Ugh. 9 matches. Very quickly.
You sound like you don't even want to do the predictions.
We'll get it out of the way quick. So, Big Boom AJ and the conglomeration, which is Orange Cassidy and Mark Cassidy. Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy taking on Johnny TV and MXM Collection, which is Mansoor and what was he called in WWE? I can't remember, but Mason Madden. Yeah, Big Boom AJ and conglomeration. Who have you got?
Yeah, I got Big Boom AJ and Mr. Freshly Squeezed, along with Briscoe.
Will Ospreay, Carl Fletcher steel cage match. They'll probably give it to Ospreay. And MJF, Hammond and Page. MJF.
I'm gonna go Hangman.
Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. No more contenders, obviously, that depending who wins the main event. I'll say Swerve. Who have you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve.
Versus Momo Watanabe. Mercedes, easily.
Yeah, I'm going with Mercedes because isn't that the girl that used to hang out with Mariah May?
Yeah, that was Mira Shawaka, I think. I've never heard of Momo.
Right, well, then never mind then. I'm going with Mariah May. Yeah, no, I mean not Mariah May. Mercedes Moné.
I don't. Mercedes Moné is never losing. I think I know your answer here, but Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. Hurt Syndicate.
Because they hurt people. Somebody gotta die.
Tony Storm versus Mariah May for the title. Tony Storm just won it, so he's keeping it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with timeless Tony Storm, darling.
Takeshita versus Omega. Omega's winning the title.
Omega? Sure.
And your main event, Edge, I'm going to call him, or Cope, taking on Moxley. I think Moxley retains. What do you think?
Yeah, let's keep that title on Moxley because who wants to hear in the winner and the new AEW World Champion, Cope What? That is so dry.
Yeah. Then Swerve could win it back.
You know what rhymes with cope? Nope.
Do you think if it's Swerve Moxley, do you think Swerve wins it back?
I would want Swerve to win it back.
Knowing AEW that play take place on a random Dynamite
show. Oh god.
pay-per-view, which why is their next pay-per-view after Revolution? Dynasty in April. They could do it there. Maybe. Is it in April? Yeah. It's
if AEW plays his cards right, they would do that.
6th of April. So they could do it there. They could do the Swerve Mox if whoever the talent match they could do it there, but I bet they do it on a random Dynamite.
If they play their cards right, that's what they will do.
I bet they don't. This is AEW we're talking about. They don't know how to book. But, so yes, one piece of news. Let me play the little video, and here it is. So this is mainly concerning you over there in the US of A rather than us in the UK, and that is next year. Peacock, WWE no longer do it on Peacock, so I presume everything on Netflix, the whole lot, the whole 9 yards, NXT, pay-per-view, SmackDown, and everything in between. LFG. What's the new show? It's Evolve. I presume that'll be on. Okay, it's on YouTube internationally, but SmackDown and the pay-per-views, I presume, and NXT, I presume moved to Netflix. If that's the case, are you finally going to get Netflix, or are you done with WWE?
I'll be done with WWE.
Okay.
Not unless Netflix prices somehow go down a lot. I will be finished with WWE, and I will just watch TNA.
What's your thoughts on them moving away from Peacock?
Okay. All right. Let's crack these knuckles open. And because I have a lot to say about this. Okay. I think, first of all, I think the Peacock deal was a mistake in the first place. I feel like WWE had a great streaming service of their own. I think you agree with me on that one right there about the WWE network.
Yeah, the network was good. Yeah.
The WWE network was amazing. I truly loved it. I watched my first ever WrestleMania through the network. It allowed me to have access to the things I missed during the Attitude Era. It allowed me to watch things before the Attitude Era. It allowed me to see ECW before 1997. It allowed me to re-love wrestling again. That's what brought me to love wrestling again. I literally watched from 1993 ECW and WWE in Raw all the way through to the Monday Night Wars to everything. When they moved to Peacock, I of course was upset, distraught like most people. Most people didn't give a damn. I actually gave too much of a damn. And I knew it was going to be bad news because I for some reason, it was like, well, they opened the doors to one company getting all their library and everything. Watch, they going to do it again and again and again. And look where we're at now, right? Now it was Netflix that they have given their stuff to. Go ahead.
If they moved to Amazon Prime, which they could, would you watch them on there?
If they was on Amazon Prime?
They could move there, perhaps. I don't know.
If they were on Prime, I would watch them more. One, I already have a Prime subscription to Amazon, so like it wouldn't be like that's already something I map out through my finances, right? Like when I do my finances, I have Prime, so I don't have to worry extra about adding on something brand new like Prime when I'm trying to do other things in my life that's going to cost more a month than for like a streaming service. to me, it kind of sucks that something like Netflix, because like Netflix is also trying, like other things that I enjoy is actually also trying to do deals with Netflix, and it's kind of upsetting me because Netflix is becoming this huge giant thing where everybody wants to put their stuff at, and yet like the buffering and everything else that people are complaining about with Netflix, it's like Netflix. I don't know if Netflix can take all these people being on at the same time during a live event, and that's the other thing too, is going to take away from the live event of it all. At least with Peacock does a pretty damn good job. Like I said, I think WWE Network did the best job because it's not like because WWE had their own people doing their own stuff. And that's why I'm happy that TNA has their own people doing their own stuff as well. But, it kind of, in a way, takes away from the fact that WWE's property is their own property. Yeah, okay, WWE owns, WWE has their portion of Netflix, but it's still like, it's about Netflix now. It's y'all property, but like y'all giving it out to people versus like before it was like, if you go on the WWE Network, which by the way, it was super easy to navigate, and the way the system worked, like, hey, if you just watch this episode of SmackDown, it would automatically go to the next episode of SmackDown versus like now it does that, but like not the way that you want it to. I don't know, it's weird. Like it's like autoplay or something. And I don't know. I feel like this opened up the gates of hell when they did the Peacock deal. And, of course, SmackDown having a different feel. It went to Fox, which was pretty damn cool. But then it went away because Raw was like, hey, we're getting Netflix. And look at the ratings for Raw, right? The first Raw on Netflix was pretty damn good, right? It was lit. It was fire from what people tell me. And now Raw is doing opening match rating shit.
5 million. The first one. Well, okay. For me, I don't consider 5 million at all good in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But you had 5 million, and now I think it's about 2.
Right. So, like, remember what I told you. This wasn't going to look. This was not going to plan out right. The first episode, sure. After that, look at it. They can't keep doing the same shit every week. After week 1 of being on Netflix, week 2 was going to be weak as shit, and it was because you can't keep that same momentum up. That's impossible.
Triple H caters to the hardcore. He's going to cater to the fan base that is there and is always going to be there and always going to pay money. So why not? Why would you not cater to those and slowly bring, like, Travis Scott brings people in, Cena brings people in, The Rock brings people in. But then those people aren't going to stay there. They're going to watch a regular Raw and think, where's The Rock?
Right. So for me, like I said, this opened up the gates to hell. I would rather WWE had kept the network and paid themselves. But once again, I also get it. Like when you sell your property to other people, you make more. You make loads of money, right? But I also feel like they was making loads of money from the fact that they didn't have to go through They didn't have to go through another partner to display their stuff. You know what I mean? Like us paying that $9.99 a month, which to me plus taxes was $10.79 a month, was worth it. And that was globally. Like you ain't have to deal with like, oh, people in the rest of the world are on this one thing while the people in the US are on this other thing. We all was watching PLEs on the same damn thing. We was all watching WWE Network. Right? We was all watching it that way. Now you're watching things on Netflix. I'm watching it through Peacock. Once again, I get it. WWE gets more money that way, but you also have to still, those companies have to buy into your product, and now you gotta, water down your stuff to their standard and this and the third. I mean, it sucks because I know how much I love wrestling. and maybe and I'm saying no for that right now, but I don't know. Maybe when my salary goes up, I feel like I could fit in Netflix into my finances. If I can't, then goodbye, and I will see WWE on Instagram only, and I'll just be watching TNA or something.
They might not go to Netflix. That's just my thought. They might go to Amazon. I don't know what other big streaming services are out there that they could go to.
I mean, they have a 5-year deal for with Netflix, so that's the issue there. They have a 5-year deal.
But then if they move everything to Netflix, they're making that audience even smaller.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, NXT has all this momentum being on the CW, right? For those that don't know, the CW used to also be known as UPN at a point in time. They combined UPN with my PHL, and so the CW used to be UPN, and that's where SmackDown debuted. So CW didn't have wrestling for a long time. And now it has wrestling again. And now some of these people that probably never haven't seen WWE in eons are like, whoa, I'm actually interested again. Look at this thing called NXT. That's cool. And now you're telling me that's going to automatically go to Netflix soon? Come on.
All that momentum. Again, they might not, but if they do, all that momentum can be took away.
Yeah, it's
every week.
You want to try to get as much eyes on your product as possible, and it seems like WWE doesn't care about that. I mean, obviously, but it's still like you're taking away something from the fans that care.
I think they do. Triple H on the press conference said he wants WWE to be bigger every year. It's not. Oh, right, WWE are huge. They're massive. They're a global conglomerate. They're a juggernaut. But he said he wants it to be even bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think he wants eyes on the product, but money talks. So it's like, yes, we're sacrificing an audience, but we're getting paid $5 billion. So, well, yeah, what the hell?
Right. I get that. And, if the rumors are also true about Vince McMahon trying to bring up his own wrestling company, that's going to be something else.
Hell, Vince is nearly 80, isn't he? Why doesn't he just sit at home and
listen, the weird thing, and this is what I was telling you months ago. Vince McMahon, no matter how creepy and weird he is and whatever, the dude loves this business. He loved this business so much that he got in the ring when he didn't need to. He loves this business so much that he literally wanted to crush a competitor literally because that person got into the wrestling business. Vince is a psycho, but the dude loves wrestling.
Yeah, the psycho, everything else that he is, but first and foremost, genius. Yeah, created WWE.
Yes.
But leave out all the weird, crazy stuff he did, and he's been accused of doing, and just, ugh. You read that, ugh. No, weird. But yeah, if it wasn't for Vince, I won't be watching WWE today. I don't think I'm probably getting you the same as well. If it wasn't for Vince, you wouldn't be watching WWE.
I mean, yeah, WWE wouldn't exist.
Well, they would, but I don't think it would be as big.
Right. So, all credit to Vince, but also at the same time, fuck Vince, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the possibilities of that happening.
Yeah, he's a weird human being, but he's a genius, so he wants to name certain toys after certain wrestlers and do certain weird things, and okay. you do what you do, Vince. Vince can do what he likes in his private life. As long as it's legal, off he goes.
So I'll promote your channel again, but I don't know if you got a video coming up or so. But I'll play this first anyway. So. So yes, there it is in the description as always. The channel's right there. Just played an ad. I played it earlier on before. Help Marcus get to 50 subscribers because in the next milestone 60, 70, 80, all the way to 100.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I mean, I plan on just keep putting out content for you guys. I know I've been saying I got to put out the sneaker one. I'm going to put out the sneaker one. Don't worry. I'm trying to get to that. It's hard because, you know, I'm getting the crunch time with the other things I'm trying to do career-wise, but trust and best and believe I will be getting back to y'all with that, with the sneaker reviews and other things. So don't worry. I'm coming to the rescue.
And I think that'll do well for you because I think there's a lot of a lot of people like Jays, don't they? So that's footwear. So yeah,
we'll see.
Are you a fan of Jays or no?
I mean, I just like sneakers.
I like the Jays that Reigns wore, but yeah, that's about it, really. He got his own. You didn't see Netflix, but he's got his own made. I think he gave them to charity as well, so that's good of him.
Yeah, of course.
But yes, so when is your next video coming up? Will there be one on Saturday or?
More than likely, it might be one on Saturday, but we'll see, man. I just there's some things I gotta do right now.
So yes, head over right this second. Get and subscribe to his channel. If you're a food or a drink review fan, that is the channel for you. So if you're from the Philadelphia area, that is a channel for you. Show support, like and subscribe. If you don't, I'll take your soul, jabronis. That's it. I will own your soul and I will crush it. But yes, it's over to you, Marcus, as always.
Remember, y'all, to please like, share, subscribe. Ching, ching. Bling, bling. As always, Ted over here. Your jabronis.
And like and subscribe to, of course, Marcus' channel, but do like and subscribe here also. I will see you guys Saturday for the podcast. And a new thing I'm doing this year for AEW, I'll be doing shorts, so match shorts. I'm no longer doing a 4, 5, 6 hour stream of watching something I'm really not that interested in to begin with. So if I'm going to watch it, I want to watch it relaxing in comfort. I'll give it a watch, and if Revolution doesn't impress me, I may very well be done with AEW. We'll wait and see. But there will be shorts coming your way next Sunday, podcast next Saturday. Like and subscribe. We will see you guys then. And as always, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name, and excellence is jabronis. I've took your soul. Ricky Goldman.